Hey guys, once again, good morning. Today we are hitting up our next game with Greenzsaber. We're looking at Kemono Heroes, and we're going to be beating the game on Switch. Greensy, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Doing fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So a little bit about the game before you start, or are you going to get right into it?
Sure. Well, my name is Greenzsaber, and I'm going to be playing this game. It's called Kemono Heroes. I don't know if anybody knows what a Kemono hero or Kemono is. Do you know what a kimono is, Vince?
Like a kimono
The
garb,
word
or
the word kimono.
no. Go ahead and educate us.
Okay, well, it seems like the Japanese term for furry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what this name actually means. So I play a lot of random games, um, modern games mostly, but I do like some retro games from time to time. And my main, the main series that I like to speedrun is this Gaia, and that's kind of relevant because the publisher for this Gaia, NIS America, did publish this game, so
Oh.
that's how I heard about it. And I picked it up and beat it in like 90 minutes. The hard difficulty started in hard difficulty and found it a bit too hard and changed in normal, and it was took me like 90 minutes to beat. And I decided to speedrun this game because I really like the movement options in this game, and yeah, it's just a fun game all around to play. So I hope you all will enjoy this game. It came out on the Switch this year around February, if I recall. So I'm going to be playing the hard difficulty, and in hard difficulty, the main difference is you take a lot more damage to the point where you will die in 1 to 2 hits on the first few levels, and everything takes a lot longer to kill. So
And thankfully, we had that because of an incentive that was reached. So if you guys are curious about the incentives for the games or any games happening this week, do exclamation point incentives along with exclamation point schedule.
yeah, so before we begin, there are 4 characters in this game: Fudamaru, the fox, Hanako, the squirrel, Yu, the monkey, and Miyuki, the cat. So they each have their own abilities. Fudamaru can transform into enemies and get their abilities. Hanako can glide, so that's the one I'll be playing as. Yu can climb ropes, and Miyuki can climb walls. So we're gonna go with Hanako because, like I said, she can glide, and it's kind of very useful for making stages a lot quicker and easier. So whenever you're ready with the timer, I'm going to start as soon as I select the character.
We do have a few donations if you want to get those out of the way, or we can do it during your
Sure.
run.
Sure, you can read that off
Okay.
before we start.
Sounds good. So we have our first donation from Conix25 for $10. Glad you're putting so much time aside for people in such dire straits. Thank you so much. And then Guzzy TV for $50. Get those donations rolling in. Gotta go fast. Okay, and that would be it.
All right, so I'm going to start, and let's get this party started.
Let's
Feel
do
free
it.
to comment on the game if you see anything interesting, because I
Yeah.
am curious to see what people who like furry animals think about this game. All right, without further ado, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so to start off with, you get pretty much all your abilities, well, most of your abilities from the very beginning, but you do unlock some more abilities as you progress through the game. You see, you can double jump, you can glide, and you have this little dive kick ability, kind of similar to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and
Yes.
you can chain that dive kick. Like, you can use it to hit an enemy, and then you can just like keep chaining it, and it'll also refresh your double jump as well. This game kind of takes a lot of different good mechanics from a lot of different popular platformers like Mega Man. You'll see some Castlevania, like I mentioned, some Ninja Gaiden, and this is a cutscene skip. You move a little bit. You also and then like do a drop kick into the ground, and that'll be your cutscene skip. So this is the introduction to the villain of the game, the Moon. The story of this game is that the Moon God is for some reason gone berserk and is trying to petrify everybody. So that's its ability in action. So here we're gonna have this thing where we drop down this large cliff. As you can see, I take a lot of damage when I get hit, so 2 hits will kill me at the health I'm at right now. So these light blue objects are called ninja orbs, and you can it's kind of like a smart bomb or a bomb in like shmups where it's like a full screen clear, and you get some invincibility when you're activating it. So you can see right here the drop kick and the double jump in action.
Just bouncing on heads at this point.
Yep. So orbs are very important in going fast for this game because they are a large source of our damage, and you can see I've been getting some money from time to time, and that's kind of important because there is a shop feature in this game where we will have to you can buy upgrades for your characters, so you can increase the amount of orbs that you can carry, the amount of damage your sword does, and increase your max health. So I'm going to be playing most of this run with fairly low health until the very end because we want to increase most of our damage. So unfortunately I did get enough money, so I'm gonna have to improvise a little bit.
Oh, we love seeing that. We love seeing nothing going according to plan when you're speed running.
Yeah, there are a lot of random elements in this game. I usually get a lot of money in the second stage, but unfortunately the bind enemies, there weren't a lot of them to go around, so that's why and killing them takes a bit of time because it's yeah, this is hard mode. So if usually I try to end this stage with like 3 orbs, but I didn't have enough money to get 3 orbs, so yeah, I had to fight him the normal way after using 2 orbs, and you can see how slow that fight can be if you if you don't have enough orbs to like one-shot the bosses or kill the bosses in seconds. So we have a grappling hook now, so that allows us to scale walls, and there's like no cooldown on it, you can just keep chaining it. So I'm going to use that from time to time, you'll see it in a bit. It's very useful for getting climbing vertical terrain. So there's a mini boss coming up here, and I'm gonna need to get 3 orbs. So now I have 3 orbs. You'll see how quickly we can shred these bosses if you have enough orbs. All right, so you can see
Oh
This
wow,
game's
that is quick.
yeah,
Boss? Who is she? Not even a boss.
it's a mini boss.
That was pretty fast compared to the first one too.
Yeah, because that's the difference between 2 and 3 orbs.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing that I didn't mention that you might have seen, enemies do have like collision. So if you slide into them, you're gonna bonk them. So it'll cancel out your slide. But it's not like Mega Man games where if you slide into an enemy, you just outright get hit.
Right.
You kind of just bonk into the enemy and it'll cancel out your slide. So it can be kind of frustrating because if you want to like go fast and there's a bunch of stuff in the way, you'll end up bonking into enemies a lot. Because to go fast in this game, you always want to be in like the sliding speed, more or less. So here I want to get 4 orbs for the upcoming boss. So something to note about most bosses in this game, they are mostly random. They have this ability where, well, they have some moves where they just outright go off screen, and that obviously wastes time because to get the orb effect to work to its full effect, they have to be on screen for the entirety of the orb animation.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is an enemy rush section, and I'm through with that. So now we meet our first furry boss, a tanuki, a samurai tanuki, a ghostly samurai tanuki. So we want to hope he stays on the screen most of the time, and looks like we
Oh, I
will.
see. Wow.
Yeah, so you can see how the attacks that he does, where he goes off the screen, and that's obviously gonna waste some time if he just decides to like go off screen when we get our orb attack off. But thankfully he cooperated that time.
I was gonna say he was cool, and then you just melted him. And now
Well,
it's easy, pretty easy.
well, he's kind of like a recurring character, so we'll see him
Oh,
again.
okay.
Yeah. So now we have the bombs. Bombs are, well, they allow you to destroy these breakable blocks that are in the way, and that's mainly what it'll be used for. And these birds can be kind of annoying because they like to shoot music notes at you. So they do hurt, but not as much as the Onis, which will be coming up soon. So you can see I do want to actually collect money because I do need upgrades to make this run go by quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So that was you can see how much these guys hurt.
Oof.
It's fine though. We have plenty of lives. Yeah, just keep in mind I am running with the base amount of health, so everything will either 2 or 3 shot me. So I can upgrade my health if I want to, but I would rather at this point in the game be using it to get my my offensive upgrades up. So more orbs, more attack power for our sword, which I have not done yet. Also, one thing to mention, this game does have local co-op, so if you want to play with a friend, you can. It can get kind of chaotic though, because I imagine it would be a lot more chaotic in hard mode.
I saw that there were multiple people you could have chosen and had several friends. Can you how many people can you have in this game? Play at once?
There's four characters, so 4
Oh,
players.
fantastic.
Yeah, there's no online co-op, unfortunately. So you have to find. I mean, you can still play with if you have if you can find 4 people who are willing to play it with you.
And you have to share the resources, the money.
I believe so. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so here I'm gonna upgrade my orbs and my sword. So I kind of wanted level 3 sword at this point, but the orbs are more important, and I don't have enough money to get the 5 to get 3 upgrades. So I just did 1 sword and 1 orb. I do want 5 orbs for the boss coming up though, because that's normally if I were playing on normal difficulty, I would only need 4 orbs, but 5 is probably the best for this for hard difficulty.
Now, increasing the difficulty, does that change how long it would take you to complete the run?
It is only slightly increases difficulty. I actually just got a PB in hard difficulty last night, so my PB for hard mode and normal mode are 30 seconds apart at this point. Also, these guys that are dropping in from time to time. They're actually the boss of this area, but we have to get to this auto-scroller. Yeah, speaking of which, this is an auto-scroller, so you won't have any other like plugs or donations. Be my guest.
Yeah, sure. We'll go right ahead. And then, so guys, just to let you know, Team Fastest Furs is more than just about marathons and more than just about speed running. It is a welcoming community of furries and the furry friendly. So where you can make new friends, get to know people with similar interests. We have ongoing events all throughout the year and always looking for new ideas to help our community grow. So to join or get more information about that, go ahead and click on the Discord link by pressing !Discord, and then you can get some more information over there.
All right. So here's the boss fight. I should have probably bought an orb, but we'll see if we can manage this fight. So this fight is cycle-based. How soon it'll take you to finish this fight will depend on that dragon that pops in every now and then. So if I had a level 3 sword, I could probably get 2 dragon cycles, but I don't, so it'll be a 3 dragon cycle.
Oh, he does not look happy.
So the fight ends when the bosses are defeated and the dragon goes to the center of the screen. So yeah, once you've beaten the boss of this area, the dragon just slowly takes you to the next area.
Oh, it's painful.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go to the snowy area now. So you see how he's pretty tired, so now we have to go to the rest of this area on foot. So this is basically just a stage where you glide most of the way. I mean, if you were playing some other characters, you would basically just do almost the exact same thing, like except you'd be doing a lot more drop kicks to like get past enemies. Alright, so here I'm gonna upgrade my health because that is essentially like refills all your health. So for this stage, it's a vertical stage and we want to use our grappling hook. So this is where you can see the grappling hook shine. You just want to keep grappling onto these platforms and Just don't stop.
Oh, you're not stopping at all. Wow, it's going.
Oh yeah, it looks pretty cool if you can do this stage without any screw-ups. I also do want to get the orbs, because yeah, they're a very valuable resource. Also, you also want to keep your like dash speed all throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this next stage is another vertical section. I am. Yeah, it's probably a pretty dangerous stage, mostly because of the uneven terrain and these guys that shoot snowflakes at you. So I do like the variety in the stage design. It's not entirely like horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
So here I'm gonna use an orb here because these Onis do take some time to kill. As you can see, I don't want to like have to spend my time killing them normally. Thankfully I did get an orb drop among the chests, so that's pretty good.
Are the chest items randomized or?
Yeah, they are.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so there is a huge amount of RNG in this game, as you will see later. Not just the chests, there's the bosses also, and then there's one other thing that we'll get into later that's pretty RNG heavy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need to buy some upgrades and buy some orb upgrades and the sword upgrade. So this is the Moon Gods area. So we have to fight these alien things, and we want to see as many aliens as possible, because they all have their own hitbox and they share the same life bar, so you can have up to 4 at a time. So I got 3, which is pretty good. So if you get 1, that's the worst to start off with, because you won't deal as much damage with the orbs. Oh yeah, you can get up to 5 as well, but I guess that happens when they're pretty low on health. So we beat the boss. Unfortunately, we are now... so the Moon God unleashed this magic upon you, and now you're petrified. So I don't know what we're at. We're probably around the 14-15 minute mark. So if you're wondering why the estimate is pretty high for this game, it's like a 42 minute estimate. So this is why. There's a second part of this game. We're at the second part where we have to essentially like do most of the stages over, except, well, we have a second loop of this game essentially where we have to do the stages again, except they're harder now. This is the first stage of the game, but there's a lot more enemies now, as you can see. Yeah, this part is where the moon was doing its flash move, but there's nothing here except for a couple of chests. I'm not sure why there aren't any enemies in here. There really should be, in my opinion. Yeah, it definitely is like Super Ghouls and Ghosts, where you have to do the game twice to see the true ending of sorts. So here's a shortcut that we weren't able to do the first time we visited this stage. We can now do this, go up here, because we have the grappling hook. Previously only Miyuki was able to get up there, but now anybody can get up here with the grappling hook. I'm gonna get this one up for safety. And you can see there's like some black and white enemies. They're moonlighted enemies. They are, I guess, harder versions of enemies, but it seems like they also drop a lot of money as well if you can kill them. Also, since this is a harder version of the stages, that means they're gonna do a lot more damage as well. So at base health, I believe they should be one-shotting us.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see some slight variations in the stages since the last time we came here. Also, one other thing about these stages now during the second loop is that there are some like random effects that show up. There's like you can get like low gravity, high gravity, faster movement speed. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like the FPS is also like changing. Okay, looks like we didn't get very good RNG on this guy. So that's why I bought a full set of orbs and only used 3, just in case he went off the screen. So since we have a full repertoire of like orbs and should have a good amount of money, the bosses should melt much quicker than the first time around. So yeah, this is just gonna be the same stages with some slight variations. So if you have any donations to read, you can go ahead.
We unfortunately don't have any donations right now, but however, you are watching Fastest First Showcase benefiting Global Giving's COVID-19 Relief Fund. So don't forget, your donation to this fund will help stop the virus's spread and give communities on the front lines of the crisis the resources they need to act quickly and protect the most vulnerable. So if you would like to make a donation, have that read on our run, click on the donate button below the stream window or type !donate in the chat.
Excellent.
And don't forget, there are incentives for our games, and there's also bid wars as well.
Okay, so during the second loop, the bosses obviously have a lot more health, but thankfully we have a lot more orbs to make up for that. So
easy.
you can see I didn't have to even wait for it to do an attack.
Now, out of the 4 characters, you've picked this one specifically. Any reason why, for the viewers who don't know about the other character's ability?
Because she's got the glide ability. I haven't really messed around with the other characters too much other than a casual playthrough. Oh, this stage should showcase why that slide mechanic being a bit of a pain, because if you try to get like the fast slidey speed, then you're just gonna bonk into things. Also, see if you do a dive kick on these shadow enemies, most of the time they will be instantly killed and you can get a lot of coins from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I still want to get as many chests open as possible because I need money still. And one of this nice. So I'm not gonna buy anything right now because I don't really need it. Also, one ability that I got earlier that I didn't showcase is you have like a Mega Buster in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So you can now charge your sword and
do
this charge attack. Yeah, these shadow enemies, for some reason, they don't take a lot of damage from your regular attacks, but they die in one drop kick.
Oh, okay. That just kind of changes up the enemies variation.
Yeah, there's a lot more enemies this time around, as you can see. Yeah, I'm really curious. So instead of the Tanuki boss, we get this I'm not sure what this dog.
Wasn't she at the beginning of
I
the
think
game?
so.
Yeah, like with several other ones that looked like different colors.
Yeah, she gives you this thing that will allow you to come back to life because you're essentially playing as like your spirit, more or less,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to get back to the place where you got petrified so you can get your body back.
That's right, the
And
petrification.
yep. Yeah. Overall, I did pick this up at speedrun because I really like the movement mechanics of this game. It would be interesting to see what they could do if they had like these kind of mechanics in another genre, like a Metroidvania. That would be pretty
Mm-hmm.
dope. I'd definitely like to see a Metroidvania with these kind of movement options.
It does seem relatively quick, like faster than those types of games.
Yeah, for sure. The movement options also does make it kind of difficult, though,
Mm-hmm.
to like really play this at an optimal level because there's also the high risk of bonking into things with the slide and yeah, dealing with enemies like that. It's like there's almost no chance. You see how fast they swing
Yeah,
their sword.
it's incredibly fast. It seems kind of unforgiving.
Yeah, I basically have to not be directly in their line of fire to avoid that. So you might notice that I'm moving somewhat faster than what I normally do. That's kind of like a byproduct of the random stage effects. That's kind of why it's kind of difficult to get a really good time in this game because it's random
Mm-hmm.
and you can't really do too much about uh, as far as manipulating what kind of stage effect you get. And the dev has mentioned that he will do like a patch or an update to make it so that these stage effects can be manipulated, but there's not been an update yet as of today. So you can see this is the auto scroller again, but this time
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a cloud to ride on.
You said
So
the game did just recently come out in February, was it?
yes,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know if it's ever been on sale, but you can get it for I think $15 on the eShop. So it's definitely a solid game. Like I said, I play a lot of games, and I've also played a lot of games with furry animals as the lead character, like Dust and Elysian Tale. That's a pretty good one. I
uh-huh.
also play a lot of like random. I play a lot of games with furry animals as character that are pretty obscure. Like
Mm-hmm.
so if you are looking for suggestions for furry games to try out, then let me know. I can probably direct you to some of them.
Yeah, Dust. I remember Dust. It's such a long time ago, but I remember enjoying that game incredibly when it came
Oh yeah,
out.
oh yeah, it's pretty fun.
Since you said this is an auto scroller, we do have another donation given out by Moonblaze Wolf for $10. I really want to see the incredible Crisis cutscene, so let's get weird up in here.
Nice.
you said that you're between normal and hard mode, you only had about like a 30-second difference. What is your general time, would you say, or best time?
Well, I have a 34, 30 something in normal, and hard mode, which I got last night, was a 3502. So a lot of most of it just comes down to luck in the stage RNG, because
Yeah.
like actually one of the random stage effects is how fast this auto scroller moves, and right now it's moving at a pretty decent pace. So you can get unlucky and have a slow auto scroller, and there's really nothing you can do about it but the time loss. So we're gonna have to fight these two without a cloud. That's fine. We're just gonna use our orbs to completely shred their health, and there's no dragon this time, as you might notice. So to end the stage, I have to drop down the clouds, but I want to get a good amount of money before I do that, because I will need to buy multiple orbs for the next section. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I hope the dev comes out with a patch, the update soon, that will allow us to manipulate what kind of stage effects we get. Because really the only reason I came back to this game was to practice for this, but I'm not gonna give this game like too serious of attempts until that update happens, because I do like consistency in my speed runs, and losing you know, like 20 seconds due to something that you can't control is never a good feeling.
And that'd be the worst. I mean, having the consistency is definitely helpful, especially when you have a game that has so much RNG in it.
Yeah, it's not that much, relatively speaking, but it does add up to the point where you will easily lose like 1 or 2 minutes due to bad stage RNG. Or drop RNG. Also, this is probably the hardest stage in the whole run. You see, there's that moon that we saw that at like 2 stages into the run. It's now come back for this stage, and it is an instant kill if it gets you. So you want to be like hiding behind something before the screen like flashes white. So we can't just like go super fast like we did on the first time around. You gotta do a little bit of waiting. Also, these snowflakes, yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about with the bonking. You can, when you slide, you bonk in. You can and will bonk into anything and like lose your slide. The snowflakes, enemy projectiles are no exception. That was kind of good RNG though. It hit me and I didn't die from the pet.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got turned.
Yeah. So I will have to buy max orbs because we need that. So there's our Tanuki friend that I alluded to a while back. So you can see this stage I am moving pretty darn quickly, which can be a bit awkward for like the vertical movement in the stage. I mean, so far for the stage RNG, I got pretty good stage RNG. It's just that I guess that does present some kind of a decent amount of challenge. Like, how can you cope with this RNG if you happen to get like something that's unfavorable?
Yeah. And Leica, thank you so much for coming on in with your raid to the Fastest Furs Summer Showcase.
All right. So
We do also have another donation whenever you're ready.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. From Cherry Blossom for $5. Good luck to everyone participating in this stream. Thank you all so much. And remember to look after yourself. We'll make sure to do so.
Okay. So there's a lot of bullets flying at me, but I'm thankfully done with that. So now we're gonna fight the Tanuki samurai that we fought like many stages ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he moves a lot quicker than last time we fought him, but we have a full set of orbs, so we should be able to take him out pretty quickly. Alright, so now they're gonna assemble the talisman that'll bring us back to life.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna get our final upgrades. So I want to fill up my orbs, and we're gonna go to the statue of us and come back to life. And now we can finally face off the source of all this trouble, the moon god. So you see he tries that petrification move again, but it doesn't work this time because we have that talisman. So now this is the true final boss. Alright.
Here we go.
So when you use your orbs, you are invincible. So I'm gonna use that to yeah, deals a good amount of damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably not a pattern that we want to see from him, but it's okay. I think this works too. Alright. So I want those alien things to show up, but I kind of want them to get closer to where I'm at so I can jump on them and go up here so I can hit the boss multiple times. So just try to stay up in the air and then just keep whacking away at it, and that's time. So I don't know what the
Fantastic.
time was, but it seemed pretty solid. The worst thing that can happen in this run is getting a game over. And I didn't get a game over.
Not at all. It looks really great. Guys, can we get some love hype in the chat for Greenzsaber for completing his run in Kemono Heroes on hard mode for the Switch?
Yeah, thank you, Vince.
Yes, thank you for coming on in and showcasing your skills here.
Yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this game. It's definitely the perfect marathon for a game like this, given the premise.
What a good ending of that adorable dragon at the end of it. He's just chilling.
Yeah.
He's vibing. It looks good.
Yeah, so the curse of the moon god is now lifted and everybody's not petrified anymore, and you get this little happy celebration in town where the credits roll. So and there's this little mini game where you can pick up coins, because there's actually a new game plus in this game. For some reason you don't have separate save slots, you're just locked to the one save. But so you can choose to go into New Game Plus after this, where you keep all your upgrades and money. So you can give the game another spin and try to like get your upgrades maxed out. Although in this run we have all the upgrades that we needed. I guess I can showcase some of the abilities that I never used. There's this kunai ability. You can just hold the A button and it'll do like a rapid fire thing, but the DPS is pretty low. That's why we don't really see it that much. And there's the bombs, like which we only use for breaking blocks. They do actually do damage, but you have to upgrade them to do any significant amount of damage. That's why I don't really use them to damage enemies. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, it's a pretty solid game. Probably the best furry theme game I've played this year. That's why I decided to speedrun it.
Looks great. It looks like an awesome, even multiplayer game if you want to do it, guys. It just came out on the Switch this past February. Once again, this is Greenzsaber, who just completed the speed run for Kemono Heroes, beating the game on hard mode.
Yeah, so that's pretty much this game. Anything else before we cut?
Oh, thank you so much for coming on in, bud, and showcasing your skills, like I said.
Yep, no problem.
Hi guys, we'll take a quick couple seconds as we transition on over. Don't forget to, if you want to keep followed on social media, go ahead and keep up with the community on the go. Make sure you follow the Twitter, doing ! Twitter, and do not forget that we are running a current incentive right now. We're trying to get, I think another $35 for the next incentive is going to be for in the game called Incredible Crisis. If you've ever heard of it, it's got some pretty crazy cutscenes. Usually in a speed run, they go ahead and cut those cutscenes. But if you want to see some pretty weird, hilarious cutscenes in Incredible Crisis, it kind of has this weird, like, Japanese game show weird. So we're looking for more donations for that. Just a simple $25 just to get to that next goal. So we'll just take a couple minutes as we switch on over. As you can see, oscillating ocelots for Super Talks.